Hey everyone, Razbowski here, and welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's 4 information and speculation video. Today, everybody, we're going to be talking about the possibility of Mangle returning in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Are we going to see a Nightmare Mangle? I know a lot of you guys out there would love to see Mangle. 1, Mangle is a fan favorite. 2, most people suspect Mangle still as the main suspect in the bite of 87. Now, Scott released yet another image on his website on Thursday night / Friday morning, depending on where you are in the world, and this image showed us a purple hat and a purple bow tie, but on the right hand side there is also a set of beautifully large teeth. Is this Nightmare Purple Freddy? Are we looking at a Nightmare Fredbear? Are we just looking at Nightmare Freddy again? Some people are saying maybe it's Nightmare Bonnie because of the bow tie. However, let's look at a different stance point, or going away from the obvious ones, and could this be Mangle, whether it's normal Mangle or Nightmare Mangle? Let's have a look at the image in a little bit closer detail. So, if Mangle is hanging from the roof the way that she does just before her jump scare in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is why a lot of you suspect her as the bite of 87 culprit, because the way she swoops down and grabs a chunk of your juicy, succulent frontal lobe, if she is facing, if her head is tilted towards you, this reflection could be a possibility. We have got 3 spotlights here. We've got the first one over on the left-hand side, which is pointing more directly down, hence why it doesn't cast a shadow. We've got one on the right-hand side, which casts a shadow on the left-hand side of the hat, and we've got one that is sort of upper left-hand side, bottom left-hand side, and is shining down, casting this shadow on the upper right of the hat, which is also what would probably reflect, give Mangle or this Nightmare animatronic the reflection needed, well, the light needed for the reflection. So it's pointing up off the side of the picture. So we've got those 3 lights there, and if it is Mangle, then we've got the, let's darken the image up slightly. Where are we? There we go, so we can see it slightly better. We can't really see it there or there. You've got to darken the image to see it properly. We've got 2 eyes. We've got one here, and we've got one here, and it completely probably is just Purple Freddy, Nightmare Purple Freddy, but the way Mangle hangs from the roof, and if she has tilted her head a certain way and she's looking directly at you, then it is possible for this to be Mangle. I mean, look at the teeth already. The teeth look like they could just be a slightly larger, like Foxy. Nothing over the top, just a slightly larger version of her original teeth, and it could work quite perfectly for a Nightmare Mangle. We've got the bite of 87 and the jump scare. It fits kind of hand in hand, so it'd be nice to see her return for Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Plus, in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, Mangle makes a return again, along with the Nightmare hints in that game. It's all fits quite nicely together for the possibility of a Nightmare Mangle to appear. All depends on the timeline that this game is set. It all does depend on that. Plus, the fans love her, so Scott might like to bring back Mangle for this game. Why else did he bring her back for Five Nights at Freddy's 3? Didn't bring back all the toy animatronics, so it's interesting to see that there's a Phantom Mangle in that game, because Foxy was there as well. Why would he have both? I don't really know there. Maybe he is hinting towards something. Again, Mangle likes to hang on the roof, and that maybe is why we don't see her in this image in the upper right. I know it's really dark, but we don't, even when we highlight the image, we don't see Mangle there. Let's highlight it. Nothing in the background there, so perhaps if Mangle is hanging off the roof, maybe that's why we don't see her, but the light, as shown in the reflection, if that light's high enough, it might still cast the reflection, which means it could be Mangle hanging from the roof. Maybe that's why we don't see anything else in the image, but I don't know. Maybe Mangle isn't in the game. Maybe Mangle is. It would add yet another suspect to the bite of 87, and most people already believe it is Mangle. So maybe it would be an obvious choice. I still think most likely it is going to be Purple Freddy, Shadow Freddy. That is this image, but it would be nice to add for Scott to just teases a little bit. We're looking at the obvious here. We're looking at the obvious. We're saying this is Purple Freddy, this is Shadow Freddy. If Scott adds in something different and say, actually, it was Nightmare Mangle, that would be very clever. That would be. So we've got to look at every avenue here. And I think that's why we love this game so much, because of all the extra teasers he adds in. So we've got the combination of the teeth, we've got the positioning, we've got Mangle's jump scare, and we've got Mangle in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 as a phantom, along with a nightmare mode. Maybe it's all adding together to point towards Nightmare Mangle. Either way, guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Maybe you agree, maybe you completely disagree. It is all just speculation at this point, and that's exactly why we love it. But thank you very much for watching either way. I've been Razbowski, you've been the beautiful bastards as always for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!